Hey team, welcome back to my channel. In this video, I'm going to show you how to deserialize using Newtonsoft a two-dimensional array. I'm then also going to show you how to loop over that two-dimensional array. Enjoy. Let's first take a look at the JSON. Notice here, it's pretty simple until we get to books on line 21. Here you can see that we have a two-dimensional array. Now in our previous example, you saw that I converted this array to list object. This time we're going to do it a little bit different. Let's see how we do that. So you notice that all my programs, I ask you, make sure that you have this Newtonsoft installed. So pretty much this program will not work if you do not have that. And make sure that you have system IO in yours because we'll need that as well. So all my programs begin with just this basic, go get the file. Let me show you what that looks like. So file is my name. Notice my name here is called lesson.json. And then I'm going to test to see if that file exists. And if it doesn't exist, I'm going to throw a little warning out. And then I'm going to read all this from this file and I'm going to put it into JSON text. Now that I've got this basic stuff out of the way, now we need to start modeling. And how do we model? Well, we have to view the JSON. And we're going to come down here and we're going to do it quite simple. So the first thing we're going to say is going to say public class array problem. Now you can call this whatever you want, okay? And then we are going to then look at this JSON. Now, I've never shown this in any other video, but I don't have to parse this whole file. I can just take lesson. So I can come over here and say public string. What is the name of the variable? Lesson. Control C that, paste that there. Get set. And pretty much I can finish my modeling now. In fact, proof is in the pudding. Let's actually execute this and see if we can get this to work. Control. So I'm going to come down here and notice that I'm going to use Newtonsoft. This is the name of my class object. I'm going to stick it here. So this JSON, that's the actual text. That is the input to this deserialize object. And notice I have a file over here that's got 29 lines, but I'm only going to take in one of the objects that are inside of this file. Let's do this. Let's F10. And start stepping through there. And notice when I look at data, data only has lesson. Isn't that sweet? Now, not only can I just go get lesson, if I wanted to skip lesson and then just go for language, I could have came down here and just said language. And let's stop this madness and start it again. And step through there. And notice data.language. Okay, so you just learned something new that, like I don't have to go pick up all of the elements of my JSON. I can cherry pick what I want, okay? Excellent. Let's go ahead and stop this madness and continue on. So I'm going to come back here and I'm going to say public string lesson because I want to do the whole file. Don't want to lose anybody. And now I'm on attend. Now notice attend, what is this? Key value, key object. So what is this right here called? Well, we call this right here an object. And we call it an object because that's exactly what it is. Now for us to get this to work, what we have to do is create another object. And what is that object going to be called now? Well, it's going to be called public class underscore attend. Now the reason I put this underscore there, and I'm just doing that because I can use the same name, because I have to use this name as my variable. And I can't rename it or, like imagine that came from a web service or some other thing. We just have to take the input for what it is. And then I say public underscore attend, get set. Now, attend is this guy. So this has to be spelled just like this. This is just an object. I could have called this anything I wanted. I could have called this like a nugget. It doesn't matter. But now we're going to work on this class object. So what do? Well, I have to come back over here and I have to look at my JSON. So what is the first object? Well, the first object is teachers. So what is that? It's an array of strings. So what we do here is we say public string, an array of strings, and it's called teachers. Now it's quite possible that I want to quit right now, and let's do that. Let's see what happens. So I'm going to put a breakpoint here on line 29, hit the compile button. And notice when I F10 that, notice now data has my first two easy ones, right? Lesson and language, and attend only has teachers, two of them, Robina Gonzalez and Ernie Hancho. So that is it. I mean, we could stop now, but I don't want to stop now because I have 3 more to do. But you're starting to see it. You can take or leave what you want. I like to call that cherry picking. That might be inappropriate somewhere, but that's what I call it. So I'm back here to attend. Now, what is the second one called? Well, I just did this one. Now it's students, right? So we're just going to work through students. So how do I do that? I say, well, let me not have to copy all that again. Now it's called students. So that word has to come here. That means I'm going to pick up students. And then we have assistants right below that. And now I'm going to say assistants. And now we're at books. Okay. So in the last lesson, you saw that I did something interesting. I said public list object, right? Well, I'm not going to do it that way this time. I'm going to do it differently. So public, are you ready for this? Object. Oh, is that sweet? And then what is that going to be called? Books get set. Okay, so now attend has these 4 elements. And when I deserialize it, I start here. All of these will be included in my JSON. Let's see this thing work. F10. Okay, ready? Data. Come on, don't be shy. Okay, now what is the big one? It's called attend, and then books is the one. Oh, look at this. Is that sweet? Okay, that's excellent. Now let's just do one more step for you. It's like, how can we loop over this last object called books? I'm only going to do one. We're actually done with, deserializing a JSON object, that has a 2-dimensional array. But, like sometimes people ask me, hey, now I got it in there. How do I get it out? So I'm just going to give you the little nugget that I have here, and hopefully it'll teach you a thing or two. And I say var book in data attend books. How did I get data attend books? Well, my object is called data and then attend books. And then I'm going to loop over there, and each book will have 8 elements. And how did I know that it'd be 8 elements? It's either 8 or 7. Ready? 1, see that comma? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So there's 8 elements. Now in C always starts off at 0, so we do 0 to 7. That would be 8 elements. Now I'm not going to print them all out, but I'm going to print out the name, the cost, and then the resale value. So let's put a breakpoint on line 44 and let's run this again. And get the data. I'm not going to do all of these. I'm just going to show you that one worked. Bring it over. Sweet. And now I'm going to put a breakpoint on line 44 and I'm going to run this. And now I'm all done. And that is the output. And guess what, team? This video is done.